Today we're talking about why reading is the perfect form of escapism. So I wanted to start today's video with a few words that I think you should always remember. Words have the power to be an escape. And I think that reading is maybe the best healthy form of escape that there is. Maybe like physically exercising, but I don't really know who has the time for that, so... If you disagree, I want to know why, but please be nice, because I'm sensitive. I think that unfortunately a pretty large percentage of the population is turned off to the idea of reading. And I think that's because one of the last times they read a book, they were forced to read about things that they didn't care about, and they were forced to do it in a highly competitive and judgmental environment. Peanut. And maybe most importantly, this happened during a time when other things felt more important, be they academic responsibilities or social engagements. And that's part of life that never changes. Whether you're in high school or doing undergraduate work, in a PhD program, or doing the horrible soul-sucking 9-to-5 thing. Things are kind of just bad and busy. One of my all-time favorite writers, Haruki Murakami, wrote, "Unfortunately, the clock is ticking. The hours are going by. The past increases. The future recedes. Possibilities decreasing. Regrets mounting." The world you find yourself in is a loud one. There are a million different things warring for your attention, for your precious time. You're surrounded by Black Mirror devices that throw notifications your way every 5 seconds. Sometimes it feels impossible to put your phone away or to just unplug. And it is during moments like these that I think reading can provide you the perfect form of escapism. And maybe you already know what I'm talking about, but there's more I want to share with you because I want to help make the act of reading easier for you, on good days and bad days alike. One of the beauties of reading literature, at least for me, is that there isn't any Big Brother-esque algorithm force-feeding me information with a call to action to buy now at the end of it. Reading is an imaginative marathon for me. It always has been, hopefully it always will be, unless something horrible happens. But I think adopting this perspective of reading as an imaginative marathon can help you read more books this year and help you read more books deeper this year. When you read a great work of literature, when you read something that captures your attention, when you escape into a book, when you forget that you're even reading at all, you're opening yourself up to precisely communicated feelings and ideas which you wouldn't otherwise feel. And in a strange way, a certain degree of vulnerability follows as a direct result of this contract between the immersed reader and the book that they're enjoying. When we open a book and devote ourselves to its pages, we open ourselves to change. We learn more about the world. We grow and we discover who we truly are. And this happens subconsciously, almost magically. It happens while our attention is captivated by the seductive force of the great work we're reading. There's a Picasso quote I want to mention now as a segue to my next point. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. I think reading can help us remain artists when we grow up. Picasso said it, but I think it. For me, curling up with a book is relaxing. It's one of the few times during the day when I'm forced to focus on just one thing. And then when I step away, I feel refreshed in a way. And one of the things I love most about this community is being able to talk about great novels and poems that I come across with other people. And I think it's through the conversations I have that my experience of the text I read and the art I consume is deepened. And I think that's true for all of us. A moment ago, I described the act of reading as an imaginative marathon, something that we can escape into. But I don't think it stops there. I think it's important to remember Picasso's words and to measure his words against Murakami's. We are always running out of time. And as life flies by us, it's important that we exercise the creative muscles that we all have. It's important that we keep our inner artist alive. Because there are an abundance of problems in this world, I probably do not have to tell you that. And there is also a shortage of creative solutions. So reading is a great form of escapism because it follows you wherever you go. You keep your inner artist alive. Maybe you can figure out how to solve a problem somewhere in your life. And here is another quote for you to chew on. This quote was penned by the great 19th century writer, Oscar Wilde. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. I opened this video by saying basically that we live in a world that's always trying to take something from us. And maybe it's always been that way, but new technology and phones and apps and algorithms are definitely not helping the cause. I think reading is the perfect form of escapism from the noisy world that's trying to steal our time. Because when we engage with a story, when we read a text and recount it with a friend or with somebody who makes YouTube videos, that process preserves our inner artist. And I think it helps to center us. And the stories we give our time to, the stories we escape into, they stay with us. And as a result of staying with us, they live in our heads rent-free. The characters, the places, all of these things. And in large part, they determine who we'll be when we can't help it. And that's kind of comforting to me because it's nice to feel like I have agency. It's not just an algorithm throwing one thing my way after another. I get to make a decision, and I like that. But now I'm wondering what books or genres you most enjoy escaping into. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll check out this playlist, which is full of many of the videos I've made about, you guessed it, reading and writing. Fun stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing my video out of all of the other videos. I hope the reading goes well. I hope the life thing goes well. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.